So it's day 2 here in Tiffany Bottoms. Had some bad thunderstorms last night and this morning. Kind of delayed me on getting out early as I wanted to. Man, the frustrations you deal with sometimes and trying to get out early. But ain't much I can do about it. God willing, Lord willing, I'll be able to accomplish what I endeavor. I'm still kind of in the scouting phase, being unfamiliar with the area, the circumstances with having a full-time job, more than a full-time job. It's 3 40-hour shifts in 2 weeks, basically, or more. On a schedule that I'm not used to. Well, hunting, so that's taken several days to try to adjust. It's rough. But what I'm going to do here this morning is I'm going to inspect my equipment. I'm going to take me some practice shots. Something you always want to do is you want to inspect your equipment because you could knock your sights off, bolts could get loose. I bring the tools I need for that, and a rangefinder to check, make sure everything's lined up as it's supposed to be. And you don't want to get out into the field and rush and get in the field and then your equipment fail. You don't want that to happen, because then you'll beat yourself up. Why did my shot miss this way and go a foot that way? And come find out there's rattling and your sights are loose. It happens. It happens in the field. So you want to try to avoid that before you get miles inland or into a wilderness area. So I'm going to take a few practice shots, check everything, get warmed up, and then I'm going to head in. I got a ways to go. I'll update you later, but we're going to check and see what I was. Make sure everything's working correctly is what I mean to say. So, yeah, I would have preferred to already be out and about to where I wanted to go by now. It's like 7:40. So, but you know, that happens, and there's supposed to be more rain and thunderstorms today and tomorrow. But you know what? The deer are still out there. You know, it might not be ideal conditions. People might say, well, they'll be bedded down. Some people say they'll be on the move. Hey, you're going to increase your chances if you go out there and just be out there, because the deer are still there somewhere. You know, people, you know, if you're going to hunt in a tree stand or a blind or something, you know, and you're going to sit in one spot and you're going to wait for them to come to you, then that's probably what you want to do. And you know, depending, if you know the area, you know the deer there, you know when they're active and when they're not. But I don't even know where they're at here yet. You know, you would think you would see deer sign a few hundred yards, but that ain't the case here. I check water holes and stuff. I didn't see hardly any tracks. Like I said earlier, I think I seen some small tracks, and but you know, I can't get off into some areas because I got a lot of ground to cover. So I scout it and I check them and make sure, you know, from those tracks, and I get off and scout to the side a little bit, and take my time. But that's just the way you approach it in a situation like this. But once I find the deer, it's on. But yeah, like I said yesterday, I did find some larger or some decent sized deer tracks. Like I said, it did strike me as a buck due to the fact that it was just one set of tracks, fairly large. Kind of mimicked a single buck. That's typically the case. You know, you have bachelor groups and you have herds of does, but a buck, he travels by himself. A big buck travels by himself. But like I said, I didn't really scout too much of the area, so I didn't see no scrapes or rubs. And it was fresh, though. It was fresh. But, you know. But, you know, when you've been hunting a long time, I haven't hunted since I lived in Wisconsin, but it's like a God-given gift of a hunter's intuition, or a sixth sense, so to speak. When you're out there, I don't know how to describe it. It's just you sense, sort of, when there's deer in the area. I don't know how to describe it. You look and you scout and you see sign, and you know when you're getting into areas and territory where there are, in fact, deer. You know, it's every habitat's not the same. You know, deer don't reside in the same place all year round. You know, they don't eat the same thing all year round, so they move around. But I guess this time of year their food sources are deeper inside, so that would make sense. But it is a thick area in places, which is a good thing and a bad thing. The rangefinder, I found out, doesn't work so well in thick areas. It takes time to get a general idea of what you're scouting. And and you know, the deer have to be fairly close, or else your arrow might not reach your target. But you know, gives them plenty of places to hide. Gives mature bucks a lot of cover. So probably one of the reasons why it's the premier places to hunt whitetail. Now they have so many large bucks that are recorded on the Boone and Crockett list consistently. There's other factors, but it's one of the reasons. So I'm gonna take some practice shots. I got to get out into the field. Spend enough time talking here, but just updating everyone that's following and watching my videos that getting out into the field. Again, this is just another scouting day. You may see some deer, may shoot one, get more into deer territory. But I don't shoot the first one I see, even if it's got a decent rack. He's got to be a mature one. All right, I'll let you all know later. Thanks for watching.